Hi, welcome back. In today's episode, we'll be learning how to download and share the report that you have just created in the previous lesson. So there are multiple ways you can share the report in Data Studio. First of all, the easiest way would be to click on this share button, and then you can add the emails of the people that you want to share to. For example, you can type in a few names over here. So I will just type in my email and a fake one. So once you're done with the email, if you want to enter the second one, just hit return button on your keyboard so that you can enter the next one. Or you can use a comma in between of the emails. So that's about how to enter the emails. And then at the bottom here, you will have to indicate what access level you want to grant to these people. So here, if we click on the drop down, you can see there are two options here. One is the edit access, another one is the view access. So here, once we grant the edit access, the person will get the view access and edit access at the same time. For users, usually we will just grant the view access. Next, we can also indicate whether we want to notify the people that the access has been granted or not by clicking on this notify people. Now that it has been checked, that means when we click send, these people will receive an email from Google Data Studio that the access has been granted. So now let's go ahead and click send. And then when we click on share and go to manage access, we can see that this new Gmail has been granted the view access to this dashboard. So this is the first method where we grant the access using their email addresses. However, there are also times you will want the report to be open to the public or at least open to your coworkers under the same organization. So in that case, we can explore the link sharing option here, which is under the Manage Access tab. And then here we can see that the default one, which is set to off link sharing access, and only specific people can access this dashboard if we grant the access to them using their email addresses. So now let's explore more. Here we can see that there are multiple options here, such as anyone in the internet can find and view, anyone on the internet can find and edit, same as anyone with the link can view or anyone in the link with the link can edit. If you are using a company Gmail account to create this dashboard, you will see another two option, which is anyone within the company name can view or anyone within the company name can edit. So that's what we don't get when we're using the personal email. So now, let's say you want to open it to the public, which is anyone on the internet can find and view. We can click on that, and then at the bottom here, say if we want to restrict the people, like the viewers, from downloading or printing or copying this entire report, we can click on this disable downloading, printing, and copying for viewers. And also, this is a precaution method if you are sharing something that you don't want people to make a duplication of. And then for editors, we also have some restrictions method here, which is to prevent them from changing the access or adding new people to the report. Because in Data Studio, the editors can add in more people as a viewers or as an editors to this report. So if you want to prevent that as the data control policy, you can also check on this option here. So right now, once we have set the settings, we can click save and close. So the advantage of sharing the report via the two approach that we just shared to you is that people will get the updated data in your report. So there's no need to share a static file using emails or chat messages. While it's good to maintain a most updated report like dashboard, but there are some times that we want to only share a static report to our stakeholders. So in that case, we can explore the download options in Data Studio. So if So if you want to send a one-off report, you can go to this file menu and then download as, click on the PDF. Here we can see there's more options, which is kind of new to me because previously when I downloaded the report, it was just downloading straight away. But here we have more options like ignore custom background color. Okay, add a link back to the report and password protect report. Seems like we can use a password protect report to protect this report from if there's any sensitive data that included in the report. So let's explore this option, add a link back to the report and password protect report. So for example, we can just key in the analyzer. And I'll just click download. Now it's at the preparing PDF. And it's still progressing. I'm not really sure how long it will take. Okay, it's done. So show in Finder. So now when I try to open the PDF just now, it will show us that this document is password protected. So we have to key in the password just now. So if not mistaken, it's the analyzer and I just hit enter. Okay, so now we get to see the entire dashboard. I'm not sure why, like here there's some shadow over here. Okay, I guess if you want to get rid of the shadow here, we have to set it to no border shadow in our reports. So maybe we just try it again. Let's go back and download as PDF. This time we selected this two option, hit in the password again, and this time we got our dashboard here. So here's what you will get if you click the download as PDF option. I don't really see there is any link back to the dashboard itself, even though we have clicked that option. Yeah, that's kind of weird, but I believe this is a great option if you just want to send a one-off report. But some may ask, what if we need to send this report on a recurring basis? For example, we may need to send this every week to our client. So in that case, we can explore schedule report in Data Studio. In Data Studio, we can schedule emails of this report to our clients on a schedule. So in that case, we will click on this drop down button next to this share button. Click on this and you can see there's one schedule email delivery option. Just click on this and here you can see that we can add some additional recipients such as the 𝐬𝐮𝐩𝐸𝐭, and then we can choose to customize the subject and the message in our email address. So for example, I can say this is a sales dashboard report from company Danalyser. From Danalyser. Okay, and then hi,
Mr. Lim, kindly refer to the attached weekly report below. Regards, the analyzer.
Okay, so we have written a message over here. And then we can state the start time. When do we want the schedule to start sending reports? So the default is tomorrow, and then it will be following your local time. And here we can select what time we want this to be sent. Say I want this to be sent at 9 o'clock morning every day. So here I can set daily, or you can explore more options like weekly on Saturday, monthly on the second Saturday, every weekday, or you can choose the custom option where we can say we want to send this every 1 week. So for example, if we want to send this every Monday, we can choose the report to be sent on Monday only. But if let's say I want to do an example here for now, I'll just choose daily. I will just choose now the today's date and the schedule within 30 minutes. once I've done this, I can click schedule. And here you can see that we have a schedule here. If we click back here, we can see what is the settings that has been set. Over here, you can click edit schedule if you want to make any changes to the schedule. And here there's a little 3 dots here, vertical dots, that you can choose if you want to delete the schedule. So here are some basic settings that you have to know if you want to utilize this email delivery feature in Data Studio. So I'll wait for a while and I'll get you to the email that we have scheduled. But for now, I want to share you a report that I have been scheduled for myself, which is this goal tracker over here. You can see that every day I'll be sending this tracker to my own email address, and this is the description I have written in the message. And then here is a screenshot of the report that I'm sending back to myself. And then at the bottom, we can get a PDF documents of this report. Okay, so this is the report that we have scheduled to my email just now. So you can see the title of this dashboard, and you can also see the body of this email that we have just customized in the settings earlier. And when you scroll down, you can see a screenshot of our dashboard. And similarly, at the bottom, we can see there's a PDF file attached. So here is how it looks like if you use the email delivery schedule in Data Studio. So that's pretty much it, but I want to go back to the email delivery just now because I missed out something. So when you see that just now we don't have 2 pages, right? We only have 1 page. So right now I added 1 more page and I name it as test. So when we have multiple page, if you go to email delivery schedule and you click on edit here, you can see that under there's 1 more pages option here that you can select all pages, or you can just select a selected page that you want to show to your clients within the PDF. So right now we can choose sales dashboard and click save to update it. So that's all that I want to cover for today. With that, we have officially come to the end of this course. I really hope that you enjoyed this series of courses. If you would like to help me out, I would like to invite you to do a little bit of survey in the description below, and from there I'll be able to improve further and offer better tutorials for you guys. And that's all. Thank you so much for staying with me, and see you next time. Bye bye.